Hi guys, welcome to this really short video about the question if Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme or not. When you Google that, so at least for me, it doesn't have to be the same for you, but for me, the first actual reply is this one. Bitcoin is basically a Ponzi scheme, and when we go into the link, then there is a thing about Paul Krugman, and he's explaining why he thinks it's basically Bitcoin has no value, it will go down to zero, and it's a Ponzi and so on. I don't know if this guy just has no clue, or if he hates Bitcoin, or maybe he just missed the boat and he's jealous. I don't know what the reason is behind, but definitely Bitcoin is not a Ponzi scheme. And why is that? I will show you that here. So when we go to Wikipedia and look for Ponzi scheme, it says definitely it's a form of fraud that lures investor and pays profits to early investors. I mean, by the way, the name is related to Charles Ponzi. They call him the originator of the scheme. So basically what they do is, here we have a nice picture about how a Ponzi scheme works. That's the most important thing here. Money from subsequent investors is used to pay the promised returns to earlier investors. So let's say, the thing is actually, usually it's also like a multi-level scheme. So the early investors take profit of the second level, and the first and second are taking profit of third level, and level 1, 2, and 3 are taking profit of the next level, and so on and so on. And so basically the money what these people are investing, and they think it is safe and it will be invested and some return will be paid, instead of investing it into a real business opportunity which makes some returns, a part of the money is used to pay something like a dividend or a return. So there is actually no investment behind, just like a Ponzi scheme needs to keep going. It needs new investors coming so they can make the payouts for the old investors. As soon as no new investors are coming in, the whole system will die. And so it starts small, and it's growing bigger and bigger. So we have here, and the Wikipedia article, we have these characteristics. A lot of these things say, let's say, for example, typically Ponzi scheme requires initial investment and promise above average returns, and so on and so on. And I think nothing here is met by Bitcoin. There's nobody who started that with a small investment and then new people are coming. Of course, there is somebody. I mean, it is assumed that Satoshi Nakamoto started that, and people are coming in, but there are not like money which they have to pay for something and they get a return. That's the most central thing, which is totally wrong. Nobody gets a return in Bitcoin. It is the same thing as you would say collecting stamps is a Ponzi, or collecting pictures is a Ponzi, or collecting anything else is a Ponzi, or even investing into gold is a Ponzi. Nobody ever has been saying that gold is a Ponzi, but I mean, gold has no intrinsic value, or at least not much. I mean, a lot of people are admiring it because it's shiny and it's durable and it can be used for a lot of things. But here now in these days, 2019, we don't need gold anymore for the industry. Everything what gold can do can be replaced with other materials. So the real value for the industry has gone down almost to zero. I mean, not zero, but extremely down. And so there is less and less intrinsic value, and gold price is still going up. I mean, and nobody calls it a Ponzi scheme or something like that. And even the advantage for Bitcoin over gold is that we know how much Bitcoin is around. It's 21 million. There is even some loss of that, and with gold we don't know. I mean, you can dig everywhere in the world, and you could find almost everywhere you can find gold. Even within the human body we have some gold, and you can even create it like by chemistry and a lot of power, I think. But I mean, it's not worth the money to do that, but you could. So yeah, I mean, Bitcoin is even more stable and it can't be frauded. I mean, a lot of gold has been sold which was not gold because it was just a fraud. I mean, when you buy Bitcoin, you get a Bitcoin. There is nothing nobody can sell you a Bitcoin, and it's not a Bitcoin. So I mean, I have made another video about the intrinsic value of the Bitcoin, and basically it's the decentralization of Bitcoin, which is the best decentralized thing in the world. I mean, at least in the world of financials, nothing else is like Bitcoin, and that's the intrinsic value of this thing. It has never in human history been something created so decentralized, something which nobody can control, not even governments. Like, you have seen maybe the tweet yesterday from Donald Trump, and he looks like he is mad about the success of Bitcoin, and he cannot control it. So if he would have the power to control it, he would shut it down probably. But no government in the world, not US, not China, not Russia, nothing can shut down Bitcoin. That's the good thing. I mean, you can limit the usage or something like that, but it will still be around. I mean, they can't shut it down everywhere, and there's no sense. I mean, people want Bitcoin, people want independency, and every real democracy will allow Bitcoin. If a country doesn't allow Bitcoin, it's probably not democracy anymore. It's more like dictatorship, like in India, which is not real democracy. I mean, yeah, at least in fact, I mean, it is supposed to be democracy, but it is not. I mean, the power is with the government only, and the people don't have any power at all. So it's basically no democracy anymore. And yeah, this is the same thing for some other countries, and it's getting worse. So it's more and more important to have some Bitcoin which you can spend wherever you want, and nobody can control and censor you. So anyway, back to the Ponzi scheme. I mean, yeah, I've already given the answer. It's definitely not a Ponzi scheme. I mean, there are a lot, or some people who don't believe in that. Yeah, okay, it's their right not to believe in Bitcoin, but it's definitely not a Ponzi scheme. There is no promised return, no nothing. Everybody knows that it can go up or down. Yeah, it is basically it has the value of the system and how much people are trusting to that. And it looks like more and more people are trusting to that, and even more than to centralized government money. So that's it for the moment. I hope I was able to help you a little bit with that. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below, and I'm always happy to talk about this. And if you have other opinions, yeah, it's your right, just leave a comment. We'll talk about that. It would be really interesting to talk about this with you. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time on this channel.